Amazon is the biggest company in the world. I just want to let you know that they are the biggest company in the world. They have 1.6 million workers in their retail warehouses and all of that. And I think they're the second biggest employer behind Walmart. So they got a lot of employees. Well, as I've covered on this channel many, many, many times, they are terrible with their work conditions. Workers are forced to defecate in bags. I know it's graphic, but and also they are forced to pee in bottles.
It's funny
just
you
to keep
mentioned
their
that too.
deliveries going.
It's
And
fun-
the other thing is that their warehouses have terrible working conditions. If you want to go to the bathroom, you got to go and you got to go walk 10 minutes to the bathroom place, but you only have a 10-minute break, so you walk back in 10 minutes and you're fired because it takes you 20 minutes just to go use the bathroom, or 25 if you got take a deuce.
one of the guys that was one of the drivers, because my mom, like I said, she schedules truck drivers for Amazon right now, and one of the guys got in trouble because his pee bottle actually busted while he was on a route.
So, okay. First off, ill. Second, but imagine the work environment that your mom's coworker, he had to pee in the bottle because Amazon. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, your packages are able to come tomorrow at 10 a.m. on the dot, because Amazon forces their workers to avoid bathroom breaks and not go on them. That's why.
Well, they have these things called tattlers in some of the trucks, where and I think there's more places than just Amazon that does this, because other places like UPS and FedEx are starting to do this too, because they want to be able to compete with the speed of Amazon. But a lot of times what'll happen is it'll be able to tell when your car or when your truck is at rest or when your car is moving. That way they can monitor you and keep you from going on breaks or deviating from the route.
Okay, so they're monitoring you and they're
Yep.
tracking you, is what you're saying.
Yes. Well, they're tracking the car.
Exactly. But now they want to put cameras inside the trucks to monitor what you're doing. So now they'll also buzz at you in the warehouse. So the drivers have it bad. The warehouse people have it bad. They'll buzz at you if they've noticed you haven't put enough packages on the conveyor belt to on the assembly on the line.
And yet it's so funny.
However, if someone passes out and dies, now it takes them 20 to 30 minutes. Oh, crap. So Amazon's employee, Christian Smalls, was trying to talk about Amazon's warehouses and how bad it is in New York. And they fired him because he was leading the walkout of the warehouse. And Amazon fired him, and they decided to smear him and say, oh, no, it's wrong. It's this, it's that, as they do. And people have been trying to unionize Amazon for a long time. Bessemer, Alabama is the last big giant example. High-profile people, Bernie Sanders, AOC, I think Chuck Schumer, a lot of people went over there to unionize Amazon, and it failed because Amazon spent $4 or $5 million just on that one effort last year. I think it was that one or a couple others, so that they don't unionize. Now, why would Amazon, Aaron, I'm going to come to you. Obviously, I can't go to Naeem because he's watering the greens or something. Washing up. I don't know. Jesus. Why would Amazon not want, and I know the answer, but for the audience, why would a giant multi-billion-dollar company not want for them to be unionized? I mean, gee, I wonder what could it be?
So, first off, let me just preface this by saying there is so much, there's such a North Korea like regime going on here. And basically, there's a big difference between what goes on behind the scenes and then what is depicted as far as how the rest of the world is supposed to perceive Amazon. Have you seen the newest commercials that come out? Like, oh, the benefits are great. I get to go.
Yes.
And I like they're talking about all these things, and all you're seeing is the seemingly utopian society that is involved with working with Amazon. and it's very. I see quite a bit of transference in between the way Kim Jong Un deals with the ruling of North Korea, in that all you see is the utopian
The state media
depiction of
doing it.
North Korea versus the poverty-stricken side, who literally only got cell phones and most technologies like a decade ago.
Exactly. I mean, and again, yeah, and you see but you see how Amazon's putting out these things. It's propaganda. We're
Mm-hmm.
not so bad. What the fuck are you guys talking about? These investigations. Our warehouses are amazing. By the way, they don't have air conditioning in the warehouses. Remember the Arkansas? Was it Arkansas or Kentucky? It was Arkansas that had the tornadoes in the
Yep.
fall, and Amazon workers were forced to stay in there even though there was a tornado, and they all got killed
By the way, near where I'm at, they're
in the
expecting
warehouse.
to build one of these Amazon warehouses near where I live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I wouldn't be surprised if I see like an influx of people who think they're going to be getting a nice working environment, but then the morale in the area sort of dips because of what it's going to be like there.
you're working 16-hour days.
Your pay
How
is
do I?
crap.
Your pay is, well, your pay is 15 an hour, but
Your
you're
benefit
working
is crap.
16-hour days. You work overtime, and Amazon doesn't pay you for that overtime, but you can't not go, because then Amazon will fire you and just take the next person who's desperate for a job in these towns that don't have anything else but an Amazon fulfillment center, and kinds of things like that. You're forced to defecate in bags and pee in bottles, and you're forced to. And then they were sued for I think $18 million or $63 million. Oh no, they told people you work for $18 an hour, but they stole all of their tips, so they had to pay the FTC like 60 something $1 million. That came out in December, I think it was.
This is why
So
it's so bad.
so hold on. So all that is happening. Let me just ask you again: why would Amazon hate for its warehouse to be unionized? Take a guess, Aaron.
How, like, what are they going to do if people decide not to do the work for them? They don't want the reputation of Amazon to be hurt, and they don't want the process of people getting their packages so quickly to not happen. They don't want.
But
I think
oh,
it goes
sorry, go
deeper
ahead.
than that. I think it goes deeper than that, because I think, and Naeem, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you've been hearing the conversation, but I think what's going on is they don't want unions to come in and say, I have to give them a proper work day. You want me to put air conditioning? What, you want me to put a bathroom right near? You want me to allow bathroom breaks? These are robots, not humans. So they don't want to be told what to do by these unions. They want to maintain this harsh, terrible, crappy working condition.
Because it saves them money.
Exactly.
But
Well,
I'll play devil's advocate here, and it's not like I agree with it, but I'll play devil's advocate. They're saying we just need these humans to hold over for a little while. If we allow for unions to come through, we're just going to speed up our automation process, and then soon we will just have robots working those warehouses, and those humans in the small town Indiana, in small town Arkansas, in small town Kentucky are going to lose that job, and good luck trying
but
to find
again, it would
another
be more
job, maybe a
difficult for them to
Walmart
lose that.
greeter.
You're going to
It
see
would
it.
be more difficult for them to lose that job, because now they have to say exactly why. They can't just throw you out now because of the union. But at the same time, Amazon just wants you to. Jim, did you see Jim Cramer's comment, Naeem, about how?
Oh yeah, Jim Cramer's some shits. I don't like that guy. But anyway,
could you summarize his comment?
so basically he's talking about how ultimately this is a threat to Amazon's share prices and shareholder stake or value, in that there's going to be more costs that are going out. There might have to reduce elements such as stock buybacks in order to put into their employees. And this is, just to take a parallel here, I don't want to diverge too far, but this is what you're seeing happening with Howard Schultz, who just took back over CEOship of Starbucks. He immediately suspended all stock buybacks, which upset him, but also upset the shareholders, out of this massive fear that Starbucks is all of a sudden going to be a union hub, which you're seeing Starbucks unionizing. all over the place in the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan, in Buffalo, New York, in different parts of the country.
like
There's all
6 or
kinds of
7
Starbucks
stores.
unionizing.
Yeah.
You're going to
But
see a
he
lot
also-
more. of
And
these.
you know, Starbucks in different countries are unionized, like in Greece and elsewhere, where they're not here in the United States. So
Right, but if
Already
they do it
starts
here in the
creeping
United
out.
States, now they're in trouble. But the thing is he said, well, they want you to be able to work. What he's saying is, if you get unions in here, people are not going to want to come to work. They're not going to want to work those double shifts. They're not going to want to work that overtime. So he's basically advocating and saying that Amazon should be
productivity will
able
go
to.
down because people will have the choice.
The fact is, the general public, all the general public is seeing is that it's working for them financially, and because of that, you're going to see.
They're getting cheap shit
Well,
shipped to their door, and it's
but
ending up at their doorstep in 2 days.
you're going to.
And now
you're going-
unions are threatening 2-day delivery. Have you seen the Amazon ads that came out recently all over Hulu and Netflix and everywhere else? Well,
That's
not
I was
Netflix,
just
but
mentioning that
like
earlier.
Hulu and places.
I was
There's
just
this
mentioning
ad
that
saying,
earlier.
"Do you want your 2-day delivery threatened? Oh dear, my oh my!" And it's like it's a ridiculous commercial. But anyway,
I can see a follow the leader type situation coming, where you're going to see UPS and FedEx and all these other places that deliver packages starting to do the same thing because they feel that the industry itself can get away with it.
Well,
And
here's the thing, right? And I'll take it back over real quick. Let me just handle this. What you have is, these. He's saying that people don't want to work. People aren't going to take their shifts, and Amazon should be allowed to make you work without pay. They should make you work in no air conditioning, unconditioned air conditioned warehouses. All that whole statement of people aren't going to want to do work. There's a reason my mom is working next weekend, and it's because they're paying her. There's a reason why people are okay taking a double shift if you pay them more. People don't want to take a double shift. They do it because they're forced. But if a union says, if you have to take a double shift or work overtime, you're going to get your same amount of pay or a higher amount of pay if you work overtime, that's going to raise production for the company. But Jim Cramer's putting that out like, oh my God, you're not going to get your coffee or your dildo sent to your vacuum cleaner. You see and your stroller.